Hey, what's up, guys? You're listening to the It Takes a Village podcast. I'm Ashley, your host. This is where the struggles are real, the callings are heavy, the kids are sticky. We come together because it takes a village, and this is your tribe. Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, your host, Ashley, fresh out of the bedroom of my kids, trying to get them to go to sleep at a decent hour. I tell you, it's like as soon as it's bedtime, everything that they could possibly ever want or need is urgent right then. And you better get them some water because they can't sleep without a drink of water. So I come to you with a let's get real for a hot minute mom moment. And that is, if you guys didn't know already, I know if you follow me on Instagram, you probably know, I don't know if I've exactly formally mentioned it here, but I have started working full-time at the beginning of our kids' school year, and I'm working at their school while hosting the podcast and also managing another woman's amazing, awesome podcast. So I am balancing a lot of things, not to mention some extracurriculars that we could probably bring it down a notch, but I just don't have the heart to right now. So if y'all didn't think I could relate to a working mom's life, I can now taste the medicine. I'm in the trenches with you guys, and so I wanted to make sure that you're doing what I have now realized and am making sure that I'm doing, and that is to check yourself before you wreck yourself. If you've noticed, I didn't release an episode on Wednesday, which is what I normally do, and I know that I took a poll in the Facebook group, and you guys want shorter episodes more often, and so I'm really working at making some topics to do that about. So if you have a topic that you want me to cover, shoot me a message, shoot me an email at theashcarroll@gmail.com, or hit me up on Insta because that is where I like to hang out. But anyways, let's get back to this wreck yourself before you check yourself idea, because I did not release an episode this past Wednesday. The reason being is that we just had a crazy week. I was tapped out mentally, emotionally. I was exhausted. I think my dog woke me up every hour on the hour. Thanks to my dog for that. It's supposed to be man's best friend, right? But no, she wanted to kill my soul from the inside. And not only did my kids wake up early at the crack of dawn, but then my dog was waking me up every hour. Not that I'm overly dramatic about it or anything, right? But I wanted to remind you guys that it's important to, seriously, as funny as it sounds, to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Like, you really need to take into account of, are we doing okay? And not just assuming that you're doing okay because your kids look like they're all right, looks like they're making it, but like with all the after school stuff, with all the things that we have going on in our lives, church, extra functions, volunteer things, work, overtime, all these things. And we're just dragging our kids from one place to the other. Not only that, I'm not even talking about thinking about your kids right now. I'm thinking about you thinking about yourself. Because what I had to do was seriously sit there last night in bed and say, do I really want to edit this podcast episode? And to be honest, my heart was in the place of no, I don't want to edit this podcast episode. I don't want to sit here for another 40 minutes going through this episode, editing it, cutting it, when I could be sleeping or relaxing and just letting my mind wander and take a break. And so that's what I ended up doing, because I just knew that that's what I would need. I knew you guys would understand because you've been there. I hated that there was an episode waiting for you in the morning, but at the same time, I didn't want to put something out just to put something out because it was supposed to be put out, even though I was exhausted and I was spent and I knew I wasn't going to give 100% and I wasn't in the space, like I was just done. And so I know that just like if I go to bed super late one night, it rolls over to the next night. And if I don't go to bed early that night, it just keeps accumulating. And this is the same thing to where I could just tell, I'm like, I need to take a break. It's an inconvenient time. It's an inconvenient day. I have stuff to do. And, we get on to ourselves because we're like, this is not professional of me. This is not how it's supposed to go. This isn't what I should be doing. I should be hustling. I should be working hard. I should be able to accomplish all these things. I should be getting all these things done. But who says, who makes the rules? Who made the rules that says we have to get so much done by the end of the day? I don't see any police officer coming to your house like, hey, ma'am, did you make sure to get this, and this, and that done? Because I don't think you can go to bed until these are done. And I just can't see you running your household like this without getting all these things done. Like, nobody comes to your home. Nobody tells you. And if they do, you need to go tell them to check themselves, because they have no business telling you how to do things. And you have to listen to your body. Like, you just have to listen to yourself. And you know when your family is just running ragged. You could see it in the way that they walk, in their expressions and their liveliness and the stress. If you're just crazy monster mom, then it's probably for a reason. You should probably pay attention to that and maybe take it down a notch, because if you're not typically like that, then hey, something's up. And the same with your kids. I know my kids get super cranky when they don't go to bed on time, and it just accumulates, and we have a late night the next night. And these are things that necessarily they don't have control over, we have control over. And if that means that we say no to something, if we say no to church one day, or if we say no to extracurricular activity after school, like, that needs to happen. Because man, I don't know how you guys do it. I know that you just push through and you get home late. I get off at 5, but I know some of you who get off later, and then you have dinner, and then you have bedtime, you have homework, you have all these things, you have baseball practice, soccer practice, whatever. And so I think it's really important that you really look into the extracurricular activities you're doing, the amount that you're doing, what you've signed up for, what you guys are doing every day of the week, and if it's really worth the toll that it's putting on your family, and most importantly, yourself, because you are the captain of this ship, girl. So if you are sinking, the whole dang boat goes down with you. So that is my mom real talk for a hot minute. I just had to keep it real with you guys, because that is where it's at. I hope you guys tune in next week. Again, shoot me some comments on Insta and Facebook in the Facebook tribe group, or shoot me an email and let me know these topics that you want to cover. I really want to do more short conversations. I want to keep covering more real life topics, interviews. I still want to keep those, because I feel like, man, some of these people just bring the nuggets of information that we need and tips that we need to survive parenthood, to parent well, to marriage well, to do life well. And so I want to keep those coming in, but I know those are a little bit longer, and those are harder for you guys sometimes, because hey, mom life, that's what I'm talking about, right? Is we have very little time and a whole lot of stuff to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I didn't really help you much. I'm just kind of shooting the crap with you guys, which I probably shouldn't even joke about right now, because some of you legitimately are like knee deep in diapers and all that good stuff right now. So I hope you guys tune in to the next episode, whenever that may be, as soon as I figure this life out, this new way of doing things out for me and my family and this podcast. I will not put an episode out. I will say that I will always be putting content out for you guys, because this is my passion. I love this. I will not give it up. So if there isn't an episode, I guarantee you it's coming. I haven't given up. And I hope you guys tune in next time. I hope you have an awesome week. Remember to check yourself before you wreck yourself.